Hello world, Mo Cisse here. As promised, we want to really use this channel as much as possible to really elevate people's lives. So I want to use my own experiences and others that I've met throughout my life to utilize those lessons to hopefully elevate humanity for the better. So as the title says, stop bullying, how to reclaim your own self-worth, self-identity, because this is probably one of the most intimate topics that I've covered so far, because it was a major challenge in my life as I entered the US at 12 years old. So as we cover this topic together for the next few minutes, the hope is that through my own experience, we can truly find a way to pay it forward to others out there. Disclaimer, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, but I am a licensed lifestyle coach and life coach. So I'm happy to dive in deeper this topic with anyone that truly relates to it or needs help overcoming any particular challenge. So here goes the story. I come to America on my 12th birthday. I actually left Guinea, West Africa on October 23rd, 1997. So I'm not sure if you're old enough to remember what happened that year, but maybe you are. But the truth is, it was a beautiful transition for me, very exciting without knowing what to expect when I came to America. So fast forward, I finally land in New York, as many immigrants do. We lived there for about 3 years, and this was full winter time because it was October. And luckily, we only lived in New York for about 3 months. Then we moved to San Diego, California, where I've spent most of my life in the US. So fast forward a few months later, I go straight into sixth grade without knowing what to expect. The kids there automatically start talking about the stories that they hear about Africa online. We walk around without any clothes. My nickname back then was African Booty Scratcher. I don't know what that means, but I think it has something to do with them thinking that Africans don't wear no clothes, which is so crazy. But long story short, as that sixth grade year began, all of a sudden I saw myself being laughed at, although I didn't speak any English, as French is my first language. So it became very frustrating. But the gift for me in that story was because it was a small school, the teachers took a liking in me, they kept me from getting into fights. But long story short, what that did for me, unfortunately, that sixth grade year, that year of 1998, is that if subconsciously made me hide my African identity, where I started even, telling some people that I was French because French was more romantic. People loved that identity way more than the African identity. But the unfortunate side of that issue is that it followed me all the way until college. So you're talking about over a decade of hiding your true self. So what I want to share through this story now, transitioning into the lessons learned, hopefully it doesn't take you watching this or anyone that you know that's been bullied, that's been discriminated against that long. It doesn't take them over 10 years to overcome their challenge. My hope is that number one, overcoming bullying, embrace the reality of it. It happens often. But number two, if you don't have the gift of being surrounded by good people as I was, depending on how old you were when you were facing this challenge, it's important to seek for help. You know, whether it's professionally, whether it's through people that you know. But my gift was, unfortunately, it took me too long to overcome it. But the gift was that I discovered personal development in college, watching the movie Secret, learning about people like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohns, and so forth and so on. That's what eventually led me to a life of entrepreneurship and so forth. But the point is that it is a real issue that happens worldwide. This is not an American issue. This is not an African issue. This is not a European issue that I mean to say. But it is a worldwide issue with bullying. And my hope and prayer is that it doesn't take you or anyone that you know that has faced this issue many years to overcome it. If they don't have the proper support system, if they don't have the right professional help, is to seek it out, because God forbid it takes you as long as it did for me to overcome it, to even to the point you start hiding your true identity, which starts to affect your relationships and how you show up in the world. Just like I've mentioned in some of our other videos, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So how can you build a true quality foundation in your life when who you are and the foundation that you're building is not on sound grounds? So I hope that this helps. I hope that it's something valuable. Obviously, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, if you want us to go dive deeper into this topic. But again, when something like this happens, please acknowledge it. Please realize that many times when you are being bullied, it has nothing to do with your self-worth. It has to do with that person that's bullying you, their own inner challenge that's being projected out as false confidence. So again, thank you for listening. Let's get this message out there, because ultimately, the more confidence we all are, the more sure we all are in our self-worth, the better the world is, because it allows us to be more compassionate and be able to really put our best foot forward into the world. Thank you.